Welcome back to Community Conversations. I'm Roger Wood, your host, and our guest for this segment is Sam Shaw, who is the president of the Merced Camera Club. And he's going to tell us about the Camera Club and how they got started and what they're doing and what they got coming up in the future. Sam, welcome aboard.
Thank you, Roger.
So,
Merced Camera Club is one of the many camera clubs in the San Joaquin Valley, and it was organized and founded in 1958. We have about 40 members, and that varies from year to year. Sometimes it's a little more, sometimes it's a little less. And not only are we the Merced Camera Club, but we also belong to the San Joaquin Valley Camera Club Council, which is a group of camera clubs that meet in Fresno once a month. And we also belong to the Photographic Society of America, which is a large organization of amateur photographers.
you call yourself amateur photographers. I would call you pretty close to professional.
Well, the difference between amateur and professionals is if you make any money at it.
That's a good definition.
And we do it for fun, and we have a lot of fun with the different things that we do. What we try to do, we have some objectives that I really just found out about myself. Anyway, the objectives are association of our members for the mutual enjoyment of all branches of amateur photography, encouragement and instruction of our members and guests in the science and technique of the art of photography, and contributing to our community's enjoyment and advancement of amateur photography. So that's what we try to do. And we do that in a number of ways. We meet on a monthly basis on the first Tuesday of the month from September through May. And at that meeting, we have a competition. And we compete in both prints, monochrome, and color prints. And we compete in digital images. We will have a judge come from outside of the club, and he'll make comments on the images, and then he'll give them a score, and at the end of the year, we see who has the highest score in each category. But you really learn a lot when you hear different people comment, especially on your images. You listen harder when it's yours, and like I say, you learn a great deal about how to take better pictures. I figured in the first year that I belonged to the camera club, my photography improved by 100%.
And you weren't an amateur, a pure amateur when you started either, I presume.
I was much more amateur, but ever since high school, I've enjoyed taking pictures.
All right.
And the camera club is full of great people that share their knowledge. You see an image and you ask the person later, where did you take that? And they tell you exactly. I was in Yosemite on this road at this place at this time. And they just share. They, no problems at all. So the goal really is to have fun, and that's what we do.
Now, one of the things that you mentioned when you were talking about the monthly meeting and you had someone judge different kinds of photography, if I understood you right, you mentioned some film photography. Are people still doing film photography?
We don't compete with film anymore. We compete with prints, and we compete with digital.
Okay, when you mentioned monochrome or something, wasn't that the name of a film of 20, 30 years ago?
Yeah, monochrome just means black and white or a tinted color to black and white.
Oh, okay, I see.
But yeah, there used to be black and white film, but with the digital processes, you can change any image into a monochrome image.
Now, I was wondering, when you judge photographic images and you got Photoshop or whatever kind of thing, how do you know how much of it's the skill of the photographer and how much is it the skill of the guy that's touching it up?
It's really hard to tell which it is, but in what we have, you can do as much manipulation to the image as you want. Some judges like that, some judges hate it. So you take your chances on whether you're going to get a good score if you do manipulation. Many people in the club do not. They just, whatever comes out of the camera they use. Many others, like myself, combine images, change it, create something new. So there's all different levels.
Now, when you mentioned also there were several categories of judging, I know when I go to the fair, there looks like there's 100 different categories there at the fair. What are kind of the main categories in photography?
In the one that we have at the Merced Camera Club, it's considered pictorial, which means pretty much anything that you want. It can be all the way from nature to animals to travel to a building to water, anything.
So
anything goes.
Or a portrait falls in the same category.
Yep. Portraits fall in there also.
Oh, okay.
Now, I mentioned that we meet on the first Tuesday of each month. Our next meeting is September 1st, which is coming up real soon. And we meet at the Merced County Farm Bureau at 646 South Highway 59 at 6:30 p.m. We have a website, and the website is called mercedcameraclub.org.
That's a real hard one. That's a good one.
Yeah, mercedcameraclub.org. And we invite visitors to the meeting. The more people, the better. I mean, of course, we can't have 500, but
you could have 50.
We could have 50. Yes.
Well, I know I have several friends that are in your club, and I know they certainly enjoy the activities of the Merced Camera Club.
I belong to the club for probably the last 10 years. Many of the members have been a lot longer than that, but they are some of the best group of people that I know. Very friendly, very willing to help you. I just can't say enough about how good the people are.
Okay, so the mercedcameraclub.org is your website. Your next meeting is September 1st at the Merced County Farm Bureau offices on South Highway 99. And what time? On Highway 59. I'm sorry, South Highway 59 on the way out towards Los Banos from downtown Merced. And the telephone, if someone wanted to contact anybody?
They can contact me since I'm the president right now, and that number is 634-3110.
All right. Well, Sam Shaw, president of the Merced Camera Club, thanks for being on Community Conversations.